recently, back in Miami, thieves have broken in and stolen over $100,000 worth of sneakers from a storage container. So in Miami-Dade, the search is on for these thieves who have busted locks and stole thousands of dollars of sneakers from dozens of storage units. Now, management told the victims that the thieves showed up around midnight and had hours to go through all of the pairs of sneakers and steal only the most expensive pairs. So that's not even the worst part. The worst part is that the victims were never even notified of this happening until they actually went to their storage units and found out themselves. So, one victim said that after this, he is done collecting sneakers for good. So, Landon, it's always hurtful to hear these things in the news, So what are your thoughts, and what would you do if someone just came in and stole your collection?
Oh my gosh, dude, that's so tough. So is this like at a storage facility?
Yeah, this is not like a
Yeah,
cube.
it says some GTA stuff. Yeah,
This is like a Cube Smart, one of those storage facilities you rent out a month.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they had like ski masks or something on if you can't verify
guess,
the identity and
yeah.
stuff like that. And gosh, that's why I would not like houses don't get broken into. Houses get broken into,
Right.
but I can't ever really see myself storing sneakers at a place that's not. Because that's the whole thing, say you have a short window when you it's not always a short window, but there's a short window that you want to get crime taken care of, like right after it happens.
Oh,
like
yeah,
you got
for
like
sure.
the rule of 24, the rule of 48, like if they're gone within this amount of time, you got like a 98% success rate of getting away with it.
Yeah.
If you catch it, you got in the first 24-hour window, you got like this success rate. If it's at a storage unit and you go to visit it once a week, and you just went the other day, and now 5 days later you go and realize because they weren't notified.
No.
So now you just realize oh, hey, my stuff got stolen. When was it?
Right. 6.5
within the
days
last
ago.
6 days.
Yeah.
It could have been yesterday. It could have been literally 5 days ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that's so tough because it's just so easy if you think about it. There's people out there that are gonna do that. You got to get somewhat lucky. I feel like it almost is targeted.
Oh, super targeted.
Because you
How
don't
would you
just
know?
you don't just bust open a
No.
storage unit and be like, what if someone's like storing like tools in there?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna take this toolbox and sell it for
No,
$15.
I think it's crazy. No, these guys
almost
knew
have to
what they
know
were
these
doing
people.
because they had hours and they sifted through and they left
That
the
is
bad pairs.
crazy.
Can you imagine?
They must have had limited
Could
room
you
in their
imagine
car.
if your favorite pair was left?
It's like, how dare you?
Yeah. Be like, that was my favorite pair and you didn't even take that one? No, I'm kidding. No, it's
No,
a
that's
horrible
that's
a horrible story in general, but I don't know, man. I would understand why one victim's like, you know what, I'm done.
That makes you want to ship your stuff to someone that would actually like a sneaker
Vault.
place, like just
High
a storage
security.
place. I don't know how
Red
common it
lasers
is.
everywhere.
I don't know how common it is to like have storage units broken into, but honestly, it's got to be fairly common. I
Do
would
you
imagine.
think, here's a follow-up question for this, do you think that there are more sneakerheads with storage units full of sneakers than there are without? Or no, do you think there is? Obviously there's not, but
Right.
do you think there's a lot more people that actually have storage units full of sneakers?
Apparently, but I would never be one of those people. First off,
Yeah, you over here buying
Are
a
we
new
ta-
house for sneakers.
well, first off, are we talking climate controlled? Because
Yeah.
you don't want
I'm
to put it in
assuming I'm assuming it's like indoor climate controlled.
yeah, because you can't just go to like a U-Haul place
No,
that's
they'll
got
get ruined.
storage and just leave it. Yeah, it's gonna get moldy and just gonna get nasty. So I'm assuming like a Cube Smart. Is that what it
I
was?
think it was. I think it
that
was a
kinda
Cube
what it
Smart
was?
location. Yeah.
Gosh, dang, that's crazy. We gotta stop making jokes about it. But the Cube Smart that's like on the road, kind of near us. You drive by it late at night, and they have the fake security guard cardboard cutout who's just scares the crap out of me. The first time I thought it was an actual person.
Really?
He's literally just up in the corner with the lights on, and it's just a security guard cardboard cutout, just like standing like this. And I'm like, look, it was like 11:30. I'm like, how late does this guy stay here?
He's here every single
And
day.
then I did it a few more times, and I was like, that is not a person. And it's not going to stop you from stealing, obviously, because it's a cardboard cutout. But
Right.
it makes you wonder, like, security only works if you can get a Face ID. And a Face ID only works if you're just dealing with the dumbest person, dumbest criminal of all time.
Yeah.
Who's going to walk in there like, oh, it's probably not cameras. And even if there's probably not cameras, I mean, just thinking from the opposite side of it, wear a mask anyways, just in case. Don't show your face. And how hard is it to get into these? What's the security like? Like, how is something not tripped?
I don't know.
How is something not tripped?
I don't know.
And how are you not notified? Like, the whole thing is just like,
it's just terrible. It's a terrible article. Or
Yeah,
terrible
it's a
news.
terrible
Not
article.
a terrible
I figured
article,
I
but
was
it's a
gonna-
terrible news.
yeah, it is really sad. I mean,
Yeah.
you hate to see something like that.
Yeah, so hopefully those thieves get caught. But it's tough because they are sneakers. They're not like you can track them down,
No.
unless they're ultra rare and you see them on eBay or something. But if they're
That's the one thing. I mean, like you've seen like player gives like their gloves, autographed gloves after a sporting event, and
Oh,
they show
yeah.
up on eBay. You're like, oh, okay. Or
Yeah.
this happens, but like a pair of shoes,
it's
like you'd
tough.
have to be talking just.
you would have to
You'd
know.
have to track it and be like, oh, it looks like this person's selling it out of the same city as I am, and
Yeah.
it happened to be listed 2 days later, and it
Yeah.
happened to be doing this. But
Hopefully they got some
sell it
some
on
authority
StockX or
doing
sell it on Goat, and you literally are untraceable.
Yeah.
Who's gonna see that?
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he had like inventory of it too, and he could notify like StockX and say like, hey, these got stolen. If they ever come
No
in,
one's gonna. Oh, I was saying no one's gonna. That's
you never
just-
know.
I feel like at that point
hopefully
you're
it
just
gets
like
caught.
at that point you're just like, dang, this sucks.
Yeah, definitely.
Dang, this.
Too
Sucks.
bad he doesn't have that sneaker insurance like the one guy.
Yeah,
founded.
sneaker insurance, man. It's a new thing. That was weeks ago.
Yeah, that was like
Going
one of our
way
first
back.
episodes.
One of our first ones.
All right.